Welcome to the City Current Show, powered by Higginbotham Insurance and Financial Services.
This show focuses on sharing good news and powering the good in our community. Now here's your host, City Current CEO, Jeremy Park.
Welcome back to the City Current Show, powered by Higginbotham. I'm your host, Jeremy Park. We're always honored to bring you inspiring stories of individuals and organizations making a difference, empowering the good. And in this case, we're talking about the power of a mustache tied to philanthropy. And that's why we're excited to have with us Mike Simmons, president of Mustaches for Kids Nashville. He's affectionately known as Mustache Mike. How are you doing?
Good morning, Jeremy. I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, let's dive in. Let's start with a little bit of the national tie and storyline, and then what led you to bring it to Nashville.
Yes, thank you. So Mustaches for Kids is a national organization, although there are separate chapters throughout the country. It started in 1999 in a hospital in California with a group of doctors that wanted to do some fundraising for their patients. They were looking to get some equipment and different things that the kids could use and help them with their health struggles. And so they just decided, what different charity idea could we do? And they decided to come up with grow mustaches for 30 days. Let's just see what happens. And, they created an online link, and essentially they started there, and they have quickly grown that chapter over the years. And it's grown. People from California have moved all over the country, and they've started new chapters. And I'm originally from Virginia, and was involved with the Lynchburg, Virginia chapter. It's a pretty small town, but it's got a pretty huge chapter. And there's other chapters in Omaha, Nebraska, and there's others in New York. There's one that's starting in DC, Richmond, Virginia. I think there's a total of about 9, but it's constantly changing. People are starting these chapters. But essentially, I was born and raised in Lynchburg, Virginia, and was introduced to this charity through a mutual friend. And it's really just a business opportunity, networking opportunity. It offers men's community, and we go to local venues throughout the month. We call it our grow season. And we meet up and we just kind of encourage each other, sort of make fun of each other. We do fun activities, maybe it's bowling or axe throwing or whatever it might be. But just to have that, time together as men and just help each other figure out ways to raise money. And we're constantly raising money online. And so the idea is that everyone shares their individual link. There's different fundraising levels, and we're just all trying to raise money for kids' charities. And since 1999, there's been 9, I think, chapters opened, and we've raised over $14 million for various charities. They're all local charities within the chapter's, area. So it's supporting businesses, it's offering community, and it's offering support for kids' charities.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so when you look at, for Nashville, right now you're in recruitment mode, so recruiting men. And as you mentioned, each one of them will have an opportunity during growing season to grow a mustache, but also to use that for philanthropy to give back and to have a link where they can go out and recruit, donations to be able to support these children's charities. And so talk about the growing season, talk about how it works.
Sure. Yeah. So you would register on our website. It's m4knashville.com. That site's and currently we're getting ready to launch the grower registration link. But you would register there. You pay a $25 registration fee. We call it the stash tax. And that gives you access to this online portal where you can kind of track your fundraising. You can see and be notified when someone donates, how much, and you can send them a quick note or text to say thanks for the donation. And it just all tracks it within there. I kind of look at everyone's portal and see where we are. And you just hopefully we'd want you to attend the events. There's generally 4 to 5 events depending on the month. The first event is clean shave. That's where we all show up. We're either clean shaven at the event, like before the event, or we've actually had barbers in the past come and they'll actually shave your face there on site. And it's a great way to start your fundraising, because if you normally have like a beard like me or some other facial hair preference and you're shaving it, that's like a start. You're starting fresh and clean, and then you're growing for the next 30 days. And within that portal, you can put pictures of your stash growth throughout the month. So every week, the person who goes to your link, they can see, oh, this is what it looks like normally. This is what it looked like the clean shave. This is what it looked like the second week, third week, fourth week. And it's just sort of verifying that, yep, I really am growing a mustache. And it's all tracked there. And so it's just a registration online. You'll get confirmation. I'll get confirmation. I'll send you an invite email just to say thank you for participating. It's super easy. I mean, it is a way for men that are busy and involved with their families and business to just do something for 30 days. We're not asking for an entire year. You don't have to go to monthly board meetings. It's just, hey, come hang out for a month, meet cool guys, network, support business, and support charity. And then you're done. And I won't bother you again for another 11 months.
Talk about the theme, because there's a theme for the year. And then also too, talk about some of the past recipients for the children's charities and what's in the queue for this year.
Yeah, so every year there are themes. This year we're going with the Rad Dad theme, and you can just think of like the 80s dad, classic dad vibes. Like you think of the progressive commercials where they're don't be like your parents sort of thing. It's like that. We want to embrace the dad vibes, and we just you can dress up in any dad vibe you would want. There's generally openness in your creativity and thought process with that. And we're just going to be celebrating the dad vibes throughout the month. And the previous charity partners we've had, we're going into our fourth year. Our first year was 2021. And we started that just because of COVID and having the isolation and having businesses suffering, charities suffering. That's when I started this chapter. I was like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of sitting at home doing nothing. I'm sick and tired of seeing all these people suffering, businesses suffering, charities suffering. I'm going to start a chapter here in Nashville. And so that's what I did. In our first year, we partnered with High Hopes Development Center in Franklin, Tennessee. Wonderful organization that helps physically challenged children and offers a preschool and therapy type offerings throughout the day. So you drop your kid off, they have preschool or up to, I think, elementary school. And then in addition to school, you also have the therapy, whether it's speech therapy or physical therapy, and you pick them up and they're done for the day. And so there's a great organization. Our first year goal was 20,000. We raised just under 24,000 and donated 22,000 to High Hopes Development Center. Wonderful organization, great partnership that year, and we'll definitely be circling back with them in the future. But so that was our first year. Second year, we partnered with Barefoot Republic, also in Franklin, Tennessee, Christian-based after school and summer camp program. And we raised 27,000 and I think just under 27,000 and donated 24. So you can see the percentage of what we raise versus what we donate is pretty good. It's like upwards of above 90%. And the only expenses we have are sometimes there's venues that we go to during the grow season, and might be like a food and beverage minimum or something. Or we also buy T-shirts for all the guys that are growing. We call the men that participate growers. And so there's some swag items that we get for the guys, various fundraising levels. You get different swag, but it's just really a 30-day celebration of just community and charity. And then last year we supported Williamson County CASA. They're a great organization. There's CASAs all over the nation. CASA stands for Court Appointed Special Advocate, and these are angels on earth. They come alongside a child that might be entering the foster care system and leaving an abusive situation, or parents that are either struggling with drug addiction or incarceration or something like that. And they look for a safe, stable environment for these kids to stay and ultimately live in after they go through the court system. So they're just angels on earth, and we love them, and we supported them last year. We raised just over 35,000, donated 32, I believe. So that's what we do. I'm hoping to beat that fundraising level each year, of course. There are chapters in the country that raise over $1 million in 30 days. And I want to reach that. I think Nashville has the potential. We just got to get guys that are comfortable with changing up their facial preferences for 30 days.
Talk about the feedback you get from the guys, because I think, one, you make it super fun and easy with a higher purpose. And I think for them, it's the connection to each other, right? Like you mentioned, you're building community, but you're attaching them and tying them and getting them to know nonprofits and, amazing organizations in their community as well. And so talk about the feedback you're getting from the men in terms of building a sense of community, creating those friendships, but also deeply connecting them to community and nonprofits doing amazing work.
Oh, thank you. That's a great question. Yeah, I mean, it's a variety of different feedback I get from individuals, but just knowing the chapter participants in Lynchburg, Virginia, and then getting to know guys here, I mean, there are lifelong friendships that are developed through this. It's the one place where you might have a heart surgeon and a construction worker sitting there enjoying a beer and doing some bowling and just having a good time, and they get to know each other on a personal level. And there are some strong bonds that are formed, networking for sure. Business people do business with other businesses that are involved with it. So it's whatever you want to make of it, really. I mean, if you go into it with an open mind and an open heart, there's no telling what you can do with it. If you're more reserved and sort of an introvert, maybe you just meet a few friends. But I've met guys and continued friendships with them since the first year when they participated with us. And we're in regular communication with one another, and we help each other through life. I mean, life's not easy, work, family, commitments, all of that. We just are there to support each other.
So when you talk about the businesses, talk about corporate support, sponsorship. So there's a lot of ways. I know individual donations, obviously the growers have their own link for fundraising, but talk about other ways the community can get behind and help support your efforts.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, we'll receive any and all ideas and monetary support or just like in kind donations from corporations. I mean, if a corporation wants to know that their money is going to go to a good cause, that it's going to be maximized, there is no better way than to put it into what we call the mustache multiplier. And what that is if a company gives us, say, $1,000, we will go to the growers and be like, hey, we have a corporate sponsorship donation from this company for this amount. We're going to match each and every donation you get to help you reach the next fundraising level, because it's all about getting to the next fundraising level for these guys. I'll just briefly go over the fundraising levels. So the first 250, if you reach 250, you're Justin Bieber level. Justin Bieber doesn't grow a very good mustache, but it's respectable. Then you go to $500 and above. That's Burt Reynolds level. That's getting really good there. That's what we'd like for everyone to obtain for sure. But then $1,000 is Selleck Society, Tom Selleck, Magnum PI. That's the ultimate level that you want to reach to. And we've got buttons that you can wear, and we'll rope off a little section of the venue and say, only Select Society members can be over here, guys. You guys have to keep working on raising your money. And I mean, it is really where absurdity meets philanthropy. But to help these guys get to those next levels, it helps them with the corporate dollars we get, the donations. We'll market that company. We'll put their logo on the back of our grower shirt that everybody gets, and we oftentimes sell at different venues to help raise more money. And it's just awareness. If they want to get involved in the community and not have a whole lot of work to do, you just stroke us a check or donate maybe some items for the guys. Like every grower gets a stash bag at Clean Shave, and it's sort of a thank you for growing with us. And in that bag could be coupons to a restaurant or buy one, get one free type deals, anything that they can think of, maybe even just stickers from a company or something. We're happy to take and receive anything that any corporations would want to offer us, in hopes that we can help them market their business and just allow them to maximize their community involvement.
Tie that into a special awards ceremony.
Yes. Yeah. So at the end of the grow season, we have our final event, and that is called Stash Bash. Everything's mustache themed. And we have most chapters, I would say all chapters except us, do a crazy costume themed party, and everyone dresses up like whoever character they want. Nashville, we've done it a little bit different. We're going with the boots and bow ties theme. It's not like fancy smancy boots and bow ties. It's like you get creative. You could wear boots and shorts and a crazy like light up bow tie. Just crazier the better. But that's what we've gone with. And at that, we sort of celebrate all the accomplishments of the month. We will acknowledge the Select Society members, and we'll do a little, inductee, state after me, and I'll say the little ceremonial thing, and they're inducted into the Select Society group. And then we go through the Stashy Awards, and those are anywhere from creepiest stash, which goes to the guy that just, he loves the charity, he wants to help out, but he just does not grow a very good mustache. And then there's most testosterone. That's the guy that's got a full mustache after the first week. He's super competitive, type A personality sort of guy. There's best mustache nickname, because you do get to name your mustache, and you get a nickname that sometimes will stick with you. There's been a guy that doesn't grow a very good mustache, and he always makes fun of himself, and his mustache nickname is In the Right Light, because you just have to see it in the right light. But you can get creative with that too. And so, but best mustache nickname, and we do sweetest stash award, which is sort of the best that you would want to get. That just goes to the guy that's recruiting growers, promoting us, so raising a decent amount of money. There's also the most fundraisingest. It's a silly name, but that's what we call it. The guy who raises the most amount of money. And then we've added a different Stashy award just to acknowledge and honor the women that are involved, because behind every grower is a strong woman. And so we have a Miss Stash award. And so you would get a sash, a crown, bouquet of flowers, acknowledged. And that just goes to the female that has supported their grower, maybe helped recruit growers, just maybe got a big donation to come in, maybe donated that donation herself, but just a woman that's really involved and believes in what we're trying to do. So those awards are handed out, and then at the end we announce our total raised, and that's a big celebratory ending to the grow season, and we just sort of celebrate what we were able to do. And a lot of times it's astonishing. I mean, there's a guy last year that raised just over $5,000 in his first year growing with us. Actually, at Stash Bash at the start, it was $4,990, and we were just like, give this guy $10 so he can say it's $5. And we did, and it was it's just money trickles in even after Stash Bash, so there's always a little bit of more money that comes in, but we just try to keep a very minimal balance to keep us going into the next year, and we donate the rest. And so that's how it works.
Well, that's awesome. And so carry that into the last question, which is the easiest of all. Where do we go to learn more, to get involved? So website, social media, how do we connect in and get involved?
Thank you, Jeremy. Yes, it's been great spending time with you. The way you can get involved is to check us out on all the socials. It's M4K Nashville, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. Instagram's probably where we're the most heavy advertising, promoting ourselves. So those, and then the website is m4knashville.com. You can go there, see our theme, see the events that we're trying to plan out. We're still nailing those down as far as where we're going to go, but you can imagine some competitive activities: bowling, axe throwing, trivia night, maybe going to a curling venue here in Nashville. So we're just looking for creative ideas and businesses to come alongside and help us.
So make sure everyone go to M4, so the number 4, M4KNashville.com. So Mike Simmons, president of Mustaches for Kids Nashville, thank you for all you and your amazing team and volunteers do to power the good. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much, Jeremy. It's good to be with you.
Higginbotham Insurance and Financial Services is proud to power the City Current Show. We're a people-first company that protects what matters most: the families, businesses, and trailblazers that keep our community going. As one of the nation's top independent insurance firms, Higginbotham is a single-source solution for business insurance, employee benefits, HR services, and personal insurance that's customized for you. We're here to serve you, the people you care about, and your community. Call 866-377-1959 or visit higginbotham.com.